Let me tell you a little secret. The pros, the guys getting results consistently, they're not doing any of that shit. How is it that two bodybuilders can both start their training career at the exact same time, yet 5 years later, one of them is twice as big as the other? And how can one bodybuilder reach his goals and build his ideal physique, and then just completely quit training, go back to his old ways, and yet when he decides, he can get right back to his peak at a fraction of time it would take others? We see this all the time with pro bodybuilders who take extended layoffs from competing. And exactly how this can be done by some individuals and not by others is what I'm going to answer for you in this video today. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Pete Kacharian. I'm a bodybuilding coach, writer, and educator, and I've worked and consulted with hundreds of amateur bodybuilders, pro bodybuilders, and even average gym goers. And the reason I'm making this video today is there's just so many people struggling to reach their bodybuilding goals. And the majority of them just overlook some very simple, yet very critical things that hold them back from getting their results. Building muscle is not very complex. It doesn't require anything flashy, evolutionary, or anything new. Guys have been building amazing physiques since the 50s, 60s, and 70s. And back then, we really didn't know anything about the science of building muscle. All we really knew was we needed to go to the gym, lift weights, and consume protein. But with all the advancements in science, technology, and everything we know today, the success rate in bodybuilding is actually much lower. And more guys are just struggling to get results in bodybuilding. And my personal opinion of this is that guys are just lacking this very straightforward approach to bodybuilding. One that pro bodybuilders or people that just consistently reach their physique goals all naturally have. And that is, first, have a clear goal of what you're trying to accomplish. Second, have a clear plan to reach that goal. And third, trust the process. The first step is very straightforward, but one that most unsuccessful guys always lack. I can tell immediately what type of results someone's gonna get within 5 minutes of speaking with them, once I ask them what their goals are. If I hear things like, I wanna build muscle and burn fat, my goal is lean mass, or I wanna look like X bodybuilder. The problem with all these answers, there's just a complete lack of a clear goal. Now compare that to some of the most successful guys that I've worked with or personally know. Some of their responses might be along the lines of, my contest weight was X, I want to take 2 years off the stage, build my physique, and come back in a heavier weight class, matching my previous conditioning. Now you see how we can create an exact roadmap to accomplish that goal, compared to, I just want to build muscle and burn fat? Now, talking more about having a clear plan to reach your goal, most of the guys that have trouble building muscle, they go into it with a very simple strategy. And generally, that's them saying, I'm gonna eat lots of clean food and I'm gonna hit the gym consistently and hard. And those are all good things. That's definitely part of the equation. But the problem with that is, building muscle takes a very long time. And most people will go through periods of time where training is up and down in terms of consistency. Training might get boring and they'll switch up their routine, try programs they found online, and the end result is too much time going in different directions and they just end up spinning their wheels. Some of the most successful bodybuilders I've worked with, or even guys that just do their own thing, who get the results of the top 1% of the guys in the gym, they all start with a plan. This is the routine I'm gonna follow, and this is the nutrition plan I'm gonna stick to. It will become progressive over time, but I'm gonna stick to it until the job is done. This little difference in mindset, it creates a huge difference in outcome. Some guys are able to stick to a plan like this on their own, but the ones who can't, who still have great success, they're completely aware of this, and they just hand this job over to a coach or someone else to take control. So all they have to do is execute. Why do you think virtually every pro has a coach? And then finally, none of this all means anything if you don't trust the process. You can have the best plan in the world, but it'll produce zero results if you don't relentlessly execute on it, without a doubt that it's gonna work. And that's the problem for most guys struggling to build muscle or burn fat. You think you have a solid approach, and you probably do, until you pull out your phone, scroll through Instagram, or hop on YouTube, and you come across some influencer who just came up with a crazy training program or some revolutionary idea. Then you go right to the gym and completely change your approach to hop on the bandwagon. Let me tell you a little secret. The pros, the guys getting results consistently, they're not doing any of that shit. The plan we put together 6 months ago is still the plan they're executing now. The same approach they were doing then, they're still doing it now, but it's adapted to a bodybuilder that's 6 months further down the line. They're bigger, stronger, and more muscular from the last 6 months of consistent training, not from hopping on a new program. Take these tips, apply them, and stick to the plan and get results. If you need help building your physique with training plans or online coaching with me, check out all the links below. And as always, if you want to see more of the best original bodybuilding content just like this, make sure to hit subscribe.